Hey friends, today we are going to discuss here a sure way of making enemies and how to avoid it. हम कैसे बैठे बिठाए अपने दुश्मन बना सकते हैं, हम अपने दोस्तों को भी बैठे बिठाए दुश्मन बना सकते हैं, जो कुछ कारण हम यहाँ पे डिस्कस करने वाले हैं और हम उनको कैसे अवॉइड कर सकते हैं, हम इस पे भी बात करने वाले हैं. सो लेट्स बिगिन a sure way of making enemies and how to avoid it. When the Theodore Roosevelt was in the White House, he confessed that if he could be right 75% of the time, he would reach the highest measure of his expectation. If that was the highest rating that one of the most distinguished men of the 20th century could hope to obtain, what about you and me? If you can be sure of being right only 55% of the time, you can go down to Wall Street and make $1 million a day. If you cannot be sure of being right even 55% of the time, why should you tell other people they are wrong? You can tell people they are wrong by a look or an intonation or a gesture, just as eloquently as you can in words. And if you tell them they are wrong, do you make them want to agree with you? Never. For you have struck a direct blow on their intelligence, judgment, pride, and self-respect. That will make them want to strike back, but it will never make them want to change their minds. You may then hurl at them all the logic of a Plato or an Immanuel Kant, but you will not alter their opinion, for you have hurt their feelings. Never begin by announcing, I am going to prove so and so to you. I am repeating, never begin by announcing, I am going to prove so and so to you. That's bad. That's tantamount to saying, I am smarter than you are. I am going to tell you a thing or two and make you change my mind. हम हर रोज़ बस यही गलती करते हैं कि हम प्रूव करते हैं कि मैं आपसे बेहतर हूँ. So just change this attitude. That is a challenge. It arouses opposition and make the listener want to battle with you before you even start. It is difficult under even the most benign condition to change people's mind, so why make it harder? Why handicap yourself? If you are going to prove anything, don't let anybody know it. Do it so subtly, so adroitly that no one will feel that you are doing it. This was expressed succinctly by Alexander Pope. Men must be taught as if you taught them not, and things unknown proposed as things forgot. Over 300 years ago, Galileo also said, you cannot teach a man anything, you can only help them to find it within himself. As Lord Chesterfield said to his son, be wiser than other people if you can, but do not tell them so. Socrates said repeatedly to his followers in Athens, one thing only I know, and that is that I know nothing. Even Socrates is saying this thing, that he knows nothing. So what about you and me? What we know to prove anyone wrong and saying that we are right? Well, I cannot hope to be any smarter than Socrates, so I have quit telling people that they are wrong, and I find that it pays. If a person makes a statement that you think is wrong, yes, even that you know is wrong, isn't it better to begin by saying, well, now, look, I thought otherwise, but I may be wrong. I frequently am, and if I am wrong, I want to be put right. Let's examine the fact. There is magic, positive magic in such phrase as I may be wrong, I frequently am. Let's examine the fact. Nobody in the heavens, above or on earth, beneath or in the waters under the earth, will ever object to such saying, I may be wrong, let's examine the facts. So, when you are going to argue with someone or to correct someone, just start by saying, I may be wrong, let's examine the facts. So next, the mind in making से हम कुछ वर्ड्स ले रहे हैं. We sometimes find ourselves changing our mind without any resistance or heavy emotions, but if we are told we are wrong, we resent the imputation and harden our hearts. We are incredibly headless in the formation of our beliefs, but find ourselves filled with an illicit passion for them when anyone proposes to rob us for their companionship. It is obviously not the idea themselves that are dear to us, but our self-esteem, which is threatened. The little word "my" is the most important one in human's affair, and properly to reckon with it in the beginning of the wisdom. It has the same force whether it is my dinner, my dog, my house, or my father, my country, my God. We not only resent the imputation that our watch is wrong or our cars shabby, but that our conception of the canals of Mars, of the pronunciation of epithets, of the medicinal value of salicin, or the date of sargon, it is subject to revision. We like to continue to believe that we have been accustomed to accept as true, and the resentment aroused when doubt is cast upon any of our assumptions lead us to seek every matter of excusing of for clinging to it. The result is that most of our so-called reasoning consists in finding argument for going or believing as we already do. Just the conclusion of all the things is that just say I am maybe wrong and show respect for other person's opinion. Never say you are wrong, and even never start your argument with I. These all phrases have been taken from the prestigious book How to Win Friends and Influence People. In the starting, you have thought that it is showing picture of how to win friends and influence people, but the title is how to make enemies. So all the things have been taken from this amazing book. Go and read it. It will help you improve yourself. Thanks a lot for giving your time, and if you think it will be good for your friend, you can share it and subscribe the channel. Thanks.